Well, why is he leaving her?
What's the point in this video then, if I'm spoiling?
Inject it into my veins. So it says like I'm 5 books ahead of schedule, which I'm like, oh, slay, like that is great for me.
And I was like, yeah, straight in my basket.
It gave me the ick, really bad.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, I'm Yvette, and I use the nickname Evie on here because I feel like nobody can actually either spell or say Yvette. They don't understand what it is. So anyway, let's get into the video. I feel like every time I film, I'm dressed in like the scruffiest clothes with hardly any makeup on. I'm just like, why don't I actually get dressed up for these things? Like, the internet's forever, and you have scruffy ass hair that you haven't even bothered to brush today, and no makeup on, and slobby clothes. But I am the queen of laziness, so if I don't have to do it, I won't. So currently I'm reading 2 books, which we know from previous videos that hasn't gone that well. But so the first monstrosity of a book that I've started the other day was, I've not got the dust jacket on. Yeah, so I'm reading When the Moon Hatched. Yeah, this book, I'm on chapter 19, which is page 116. So I am enjoying it so far. It is quite difficult to get into it. I am following it, so I'm not completely lost at the minute, but the size of the book is very overwhelming, I feel. Like, I love a good 300-page book. 300-page book I can do in like a couple of days if I like smash it. But this is very, very intimidating. So yeah, I am not that far through on here if we're looking at like where I am actually page-wise. I am enjoying it so far. I'm surprised. I didn't think I would enjoy it. I said in one of my other videos that I was going to stay away from fantasy, and then I have proceeded to buy quite a lot of fantasy books recently. If you've not seen it, go to my TikTok and you'll see like some little book hauls I did. So while I was reading this, I was like, well, I'm gonna need like a bit of like a palette cleanser or like something in between where I can flick between both, because I'm just like, I can't just solely read this for like, what, 3 weeks straight. That'll probably take me, maybe, because that's me reading quite quickly, and I'm a slow reader. But I'm also following along on Spotify. So what I'm doing is I'm letting them read it to me, but also following along on the page, which does help. When somebody else reads you a story, I'm like, oh my God, chef's kiss, love. Yeah, that's helping me get through. I think I've solely read like maybe 5 chapters myself out of 19. Like the rest of it I'm listening to and following along in the book. So it does help. I am understanding where I am. I don't want to spoil anything, because what's the point in this video then if I'm spoiling? So far so good. I'm hoping I will rate it high because I've seen mixed reviews. I'll carry on later on down the line and keep you updated. Now the second book I'm reading is Close Protection by Eden Victoria. How pretty is that? It's so cute. So I'm just like, why would I not want to read that? But this version has like the swirls across here, which I'm like, oh my God, stunning. And then I saw some people talking about how it's giving The Bodyguard, and I was like, oh, yeah, straight in my basket. When I was looking at reviews, I went on before to click on it and I put like currently reading on Goodreads, and then obviously I scroll down just to see like what the reviews are saying. This is getting a lot of hate, and like some of the comments are like, this is why BookTokers should just like stay in their lane and shouldn't write books. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like it's a bit much. I haven't got any complaints at the minute. Like I am actually enjoying this. Whether or not that means I'm super basic, maybe. I enjoyed it. It is giving The Bodyguard, so what have I got to complain about? I'll keep you updated on whether I hate it by the end, because obviously, yeah, I'm not that far through, so I can't really say. I think I'm about a quarter through. I'm enjoying this more than When the Moon Hatched, but I'm a romance girly through and through, so this is different than a cowboy romance. Like I keep saying, it's giving The Bodyguard. So yeah, I'll come back to you, because I don't actually know why it's getting a lot of hate. Not at the minute anyway. If you're a basic B and a slow reader like me, like this is hitting the spot at the minute. But yeah, cut to me now complaining about it, but I'll let you know. But so far I'm like quarter of the way in, and I would recommend this book.
has probably been over a week now since I actually filmed a video, and you might be thinking, why are you sat on your bed? Like, we've never seen this angle before, looks a bit weird. There is a good reason for that, because I had an operation on my ankle, so I'm currently sat with it elevated trying to film. Just like, long story short, I basically had the operation because I broke my ankle a couple of years ago, just before my wedding, about 6 months before my wedding. So I had to have 2 metal like plates put in either side. Traumatic, yeah. So I needed kind of corrective surgery because my bone had grown over the front of my ankle, so I couldn't roll my ankle properly, I couldn't move it, and I haven't got full movement like squatting or running, like I can't do either. The squatting, I can't get my knee past my foot, and running, I like limp. So this was corrective keyhole surgery. So they've made 2 incisions on the like kind of front of my ankle, and they went in and shaved the bone down. I've been off work this week, so I had it on Tuesday and it's now Saturday. And to be honest, touch wood, I'm actually not feeling too bad. Obviously I'm feeling really sleepy, a bit groggy. I'm on the medication and stuff, so I'm just trying to like, I guess like heal. I think my body is taking its time to heal, so that's why I am very tired. But other than that, I've like stopped using crutches now. I took the dressings off yesterday, and I've just got kind of like the plastery things on now. And I've kind of stopped using my crutches. Anyway, sorry, that was kind of a it was meant to be quick, but that was a long way of telling you I had an operation. So that's why I'm sat here. So I actually can't remember what I said in terms of the last part of this video. So if I end up repeating myself, I am sorry. So yeah, let's get into it. So since that's the first part of the video, I've finished a couple of books. I did finish Close Protection, and I also read and finished When the Moon Hatched. It's pretty good going for me. So I'm currently on, I think I've read 14 books out of 35 this year. I set myself a Goodreads goal of 35, if you don't know. So it says like I'm 5 books ahead of schedule, which I'm like, oh, slay, like that is great for me. Anyway, let's talk about Close Protection. So yeah, I ended up rating this 3 stars. Now let me just double check I've got my laptop here, so I just wanted to double check like what I actually wrote on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, head over there now. I do put reviews like, and it's kind of like real time. I'll put them like a day or 2 later after finishing a book, so do go check that out. But yeah, the first part of this book, it's already giving like The Bodyguard, Whitney Houston, Kevin Costner. So already I'm invested. It's got a black FMC, so I'm like, inject it into my veins. When I heard it was kind of bodyguard romance, I was like, sign me up, thank you. There were a couple of red flags, I guess. I was gonna rate it 4 stars, and then I got to the last, I think it was like 25% of the book, and it pissed me off. So then I ended up rating it 3 stars. Now this is like a super easy read. It's nothing too difficult. One of the things I loved about this book was the fact that when it's the FMC and the MMC's chapters from their POVs, I think the font is like more cursive for hers, and then it's more kind of like Arial. It's giving Century Gothic for him, and then it was giving like Georgia font for her, or like Baskerville font. You know, it's kind of, I'll show you an example. So like that's her chapter, kind of cursive, and this is his, which is definitely giving like Century Gothic. So I loved how I would know exactly where I was, even if I put the book down, or whose point of view it was from, just by looking at what writing, what font it was in. And so I really wanted to rate this 4 or 5 stars. Throughout the book, I was like reading it, I loved it. Then the last part of the book pissed me off. So one of the things that did pee me off was the fact that she is 17. Now I get it's a young adult's romance as well, so there's no smut in it, which I didn't hate actually. Normally, you know, one of my sayings was that I had to have smut in a book, but I actually didn't. This story at the beginning didn't need any smut at all. The tension that they had between them carried me through the full book. It was like slow burn, sexual tension, carried me all the way through. Yes, absolutely loved this book. And it was a YA, so I was like, okay, like there probably isn't going to be any in there anyway. But he was, I think, was he like 25 and she's 17? She didn't need to be 17. Like, why couldn't she? Young adult, I would say, is like even 21. Even 21, I would say, is young adult. Like, I'm 29 now, and I would say a young adult is like 21. So I don't understand why she had to be 17. It was a bit gross. The ending felt a bit rushed, and that was another thing that I didn't really like. The last 25%, I was getting to like holding a few pages left at the end of the book and was thinking, how are they going to wrap this up? Because the plot was still plotting. There was a plot twist at the end as well, which again, I wanted to rate it 4 or 5 stars, but the ending was such a letdown. And yeah, but I did rate it 3 stars, and I would recommend for people to read it. Something I forgot to mention also is that Daphne, the FMC, she called her dad or father, she called him daddy. It gave me the ick. It gave me the ick really bad. I hate that phrase. I absolutely hate the word daddy. I hate it with a passion. So all the way through, she called her actual dad daddy. But that's just like a personal ick. I can't say, you know, don't read it because she calls him daddy. But if you don't like that, she says it a lot. She says daddy a lot. Oh, it's giving me an ick. Another thing I've just remembered is I'm trying not to spoil it, but he went out at the most stupid times. He's a bodyguard, right? And it's obviously like a bodyguard save situation. He went out at the most stupid time. You just wouldn't leave the FMC. Well, why is he going? So then I was reading it because I was like, well, why is he leaving her? All that's to say, was it worth reading? Yes. Would I read it again? Probably not. And I am annoyed because the ending ruined it. If the ending was better, this would have been like a 4 or 5 star for me. I would recommend to read it. It's a quite quick read. The writing's quite spaced out. So even though it is, I think it's like 300 and something pages. Oh, it's nearly 400 pages. It doesn't feel like that. So yeah, it's a 3-star read. If you want a bodyguard romance, it's pretty good. Ending is annoying though, so maybe I shouldn't be recommending it. But if you know actually any other bodyguard romances that I can read, hook me up please. Unfortunately though, wasn't a 4 or 5 star, it was a 3-star for me. That's my review. The next book that I have finished recently is When the Moon Hatched. Like I said before, I managed to carry on reading this when I was in the hospital as well. So I listened to it mostly on Spotify. You can get obviously audiobooks on Spotify, and the month had just started and I thought to myself, I started to read it and I read the first 2 chapters. I don't understand what's going on. So I said to myself, okay, let me go back, let me go into Spotify, let me put it on an audiobook and let me actually listen to someone read me the story. So that's what I did, and for the majority of it, I think I read maybe like 20 chapters out of the actual book, because the rest of it I just listened to on Spotify. I rated this one 3 stars. Now, it started off really kick-ass, especially listening to it. Like, if you have no clue what's going on in this book, just go on to Spotify, listen to it there, because it does help, I swear to God. Considering I don't actually like fantasy that much, don't come for me. Considering I don't like fantasy loads and loads, I did enjoy this book, but again, a 3-star. They would describe things that really didn't need to be described in depth, and then some things wouldn't be well enough described. It was a chunky book and I was just like, it doesn't need to be this big. Also, it's very intimidating trying to read something this big. But I mean, it's got dragons, it's got fae, it's all fantasy, mystical, how you would want a fantasy book. But I don't understand how people are rating this 5-star, because even though I haven't finished the ACOTAR series, this didn't even touch the sides on ACOTAR. Can I remember anything that happened after 50% of the book? No. So what was the point in me reading it? I remember the first part of it and I was really enthralled. Do I know what happened in the end? No. Did I try to watch some TikToks about it? Yes. Did they help me? No. So will I be carrying on with the series? No. Now again, like I did with Close Protection, I rated this a 3-star and not lower because I did like the first half of the book and I was really into it. Especially, I'm trying to not give a spoiler, especially when there was like people being trapped and there was kind of like a good sexual tension, but it wasn't good enough, the sexual tension in this. That's another thing I will say. The MMC, I was like, okay, it wasn't given. It wasn't giving AXAR at all. It wasn't giving Fourth Wing. I need a 5-star. I'm gonna crash out if I don't have a 5-star read soon. So yeah, sorry. That's just to say 3-star. Now currently, where is she? She's on my bedside table. Just 1 second. Currently, I am reading Summer in the City. Really enjoying this. Really enjoying this book. Now I'm on, oh my god, I finished in the middle of the chapter. Hello! I'm on chapter 15. This is such a cute romance. I am kind of obsessed with this at the minute. I'm really excited to finish it. It's giving enemies to lovers, and he's super rich, and she doesn't care that he's rich, and she's basically house sitting or apartment sitting in New York, of course, the best city in the world. She is kind of apartment sitting, I think it's for her sister. The rich MMC lives literally like down the corridor, and she saw him at, I think, was it a night out or a party or something? She saw him somewhere and he wanted to get with her, and she was like, you think you can basically buy me? Please, bitch, like, move along. She thought he was fit from the get-go, but was like, I don't care, ew. Then I think it's like 3 years later, she house sits or apartment sits for her sister, and he's the friggin' neighbour. At the minute, I'm really enjoying it. I'm thinking it's a 4-star at the minute, but I'll have to see how it goes because I am eating it up. I'll have to take a video downstairs. I left the sticker pack. I got it from the works. It came with like a little cute sticker pack, and then like this is the front, but look how cute this is. Oh, look how cute that is. And then look at the inside. It's all of New York. I'm obsessed. I was like, oh my god, if I ever write a book, I hope it's this cute, because what the hell. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, I've given you the kind of background of it, and I'm enjoying it. I know I've seen loads of hype on TikTok by Alex, is it Aster? It's, at the minute, it's 4-star, and it's everything that I want in a book, because it's enemies to lovers and the sexual tension. Yeah, I'll keep you updated.
Thank you for watching my video today. If you can please like, comment and subscribe to my channel, that would be amazing, and I'll catch you in the next one. Love you lots!